اهلا بحضراتكم مره تانية في اوضه اللبس. ضيفي دلوقتي في اوضه اللبس واحد من اللعيبه الكبار قوي، واحد من اللعيبه يعني اللي انا اتشرفت ان انا لعبت قدامهم آم، في اوقات كتيره وفي ماتشات كبيره، ماتشات توتنهام وارسنال. كابتن ارسنال السابق ولاعب منتخب البرازيل، وكان لعيب كبير جدا يعني تحس بقيمته لما تلعب قدامه. وعايزين نستعرض مسيرته. ضيفي دلوقتي جيلبرتو سيلفا، واحد من اساطير البرازيل، واحد من اساطير ارسنال، واحد من اساطير جرامي وفي البرازيل. مسيره جيلبرتو سيلفا مع الانديه من 97 ل 2000 مع مينيرو في البرازيل، وبعد كده من 2000 ل 2002 مع اتلتيكو مينيرو في البرازيل، وبعد كده من 2002 ل 2008 ست سنوات كان يعني في وقت منهم قائد لارسنال، وكان واحد من اعضاء الفريق العظيم بتاع ارسنال الذي لم يهزم خلال الموسم اللي فازوا فيه في بطوله الدوري. وطبعا مع المنتخب 9 سنوات مع منتخب البرازيل، فاز بكاس العالم مره، كاس القارات مرتين، كوبا امريكا مره، الدوري الانجليزي مره، كاس الاتحاد الانجليزي مرتين، درع الاتحاد الانجليزي مرتين، كوبا ليبرتادوريس مره، الدوري اليوناني مره، وكاس اليونان مره. لعيب كبير جدا، بيشرفني ان هو يكون ضيفي في اوضه لبس عشان نساله عن اسئله كتيره جدا. جيلبرتو مساء الخير، بيشرفني ان انت تكون ضيفي في برنامجي في مصر، وسعيد جدا بوجودك معايا في البرنامج.
النجم.
الصوت مش سامع يا جماعه. المترجم مش سامع صوت المترجم. في جيلبرتو انا اسف، في مشكله في الصوت. هنرجع لك مره تانية. لو في مشكله يا جماعه مع المترجم انا هكلمه انجليزي خلاص، مفيش مشكله، ارجوكوا يعني. طبعا مستنيين نحل المشكله التقنيه عشان اقدر اتواصل مع جيلبرتو قائد ارسنال السابق. تاني يا جماعه، جاهز؟ الترجمه جاهزه. اوكي. جيلبرتو، اتمنى ان انت تكون بخير وعيلتك بخير. دي اول حاجه. بعد كده عايز اسالك عن هل تابعت مباراه نهائي افريقيا بين الاهلي والزمالك ومشاركه الاهلي في كاس العالم للانديه الاخيره؟
No, yes, everything is fine with me. Hope everyone is fine with you. Unfortunately, I didn't watch this match. Understanding the quality of the I have watched plenty of game. Not this one. The quality is very high. That's why we can win up playing football around the world, in a very high level.
يعني طبعا انا صوت المترجم مش واضح، لكن انا هتكلم يعني هترجم انا. طبعا جيلبرتو كان بيتكلم ان هو ما شافش المباراه، لكن هو عارف ان الكره المصريه فيها ليفل عالي، عالي جدا. انا هتكلم مع جيلبرتو انا بالانجليزي، اعتقد افضل للساده المشاهدين لو صوت المترجم مش ظاهر للساده المشاهدين. مش ظاهر، صح ولا صح؟ اوكي. Okay, Gilberto, what do you think of Arsenal lately? Arteta is a young coach, and in my opinion, he's been doing really well, but he hasn't got the players who can play in such system, the system that he wants to put into Arsenal. Do you agree with me or not?
Sorry, can you repeat the question?
Yes, what I'm saying is everyone can see that Arteta is a very good coach, a young coach, a very good coach, and he wants to play with the system, with the attacking football built from the back. But I think that he doesn't have the players who can play into this system. Do you agree with me, or you think he has the player to fit into this system? Can you hear me? Hello?
I'm not understanding because the voice of the translator is higher than Mيدو. Then I can't understand what Mيdو is saying.
You can you hear me or not?
Yeah, the translator guy,
But yes.
the voice of the translator guy is louder than yours.
But can you please?
Then I get confused because he's translating in Arabic.
ممكن يا جماعه لو سمحتوا تقولوا للترانسليتور ينسحب، للمترجم ينسحب، وانا هتكلم معاه خلاص ان هو ما يتكلمش. Okay, Gilberto, can you hear me now?
Oh yes, now
Okay.
now it's much better the signal.
Okay, so what I was saying, we were talking about Arsenal, we were talking about Arteta. We all know that he's a very good coach, top quality coach. Do you think he has the players who can play and fit into the system that he wants to put into Arsenal, or he thinks he needs better players?
Well, this has been a question regarding what he's doing since when he joined the club as a manager. And obviously, now when he came was not so easy because the club just replaced one manager after a long time since Arsenal was there, you know. Unai left and Arteta came. But the point for him to get a strong team, you know, he had to make a few changes. But the point in England, especially at Arsenal, you cannot make the change immediately. And the good thing for him is because he won things at Arsenal already. He won the FA Cup and Community Shield in very little space of time. But when I look at the team, compared to the other teams like City, Chelsea, Manchester United, Liverpool, I do believe Arsenal need to improve more. Yeah. And at moments they have good players, in my opinion. The point for me, the big point, the big question is how consistent they can be because they are not playing consistency. The consistency in their game has been a big problem. You know, since Arsenal was there in his last, 2 years, then United, lack of consistency, and hope with the players they've got now, they can finish the league in the best position. But there is a lot to improve, in my opinion.
Okay, I'll translate. Please allow me to translate to my audience. يعني طبعا انا سالته عن ارسنال، سالته عن ارتيتا، وهل هو يمتلك اللعيبه اللي يقدروا ان هم ينفذوا السيستم بتاعه والفلسفه بتاعته. فقال لي يعني هو طبعا جه في وقت صعب بعد مدرب بقى له سنوات طويله داخل النادي طبعا في ارسن فينجر، وان هو كان محظوظ جدا ان هو مش محظوظ يعني كان مهم جدا ان هو يفوز ببطوله في الاول، فاز بالاف كاب والكوميونتي شيلد. وبيقول ان هو بيعتقد ان ارسنال بيمتلكوا لعيبه جيدين، لكن عندهم مشكله كبيره جدا في الاستمراريه او الكونسيستنسي، يعني ان انت تفضل تلعب بنفس المستوى، دايما عندهم تذبذب في المستوى، وهو هي دي المشكله الكبيره اللي موجوده عند ارسنال، وان هو بيتمنى ان ارسنال يفنش في افضل مستوى. جيلبرتو, I know that you've been following النني for years now. And last season he's gone away on loan to Turkey, and I think he came back a different player. Do you agree with me?
Totally agree. I totally agree with you, Mيدو. Because he's a type of player that's very versatile. He's very versatile player. I have watched not the last game before in the Europa League. He came on and scored. But he also can play like number 8, number 6 in the team. And many times when at last, before he go on loan, I spoke about him and what he could offer to Arsenal. protecting the back four and give stability for the guys up front and help, playing alongside with Xhaka, for example, help him out, because Elneny, he's very quiet, very discreet, like myself, the way he plays. And but he can do a very important job. When he went on loan to Turkey and came back to Arsenal, of course, you learn a lot of things in the new club with new players you worked with. And coming back from a loan and back to Arsenal, I'm sure the desire of the player is to do whatever he can to stay at the club. But like many other players, he wants to play. I hope he gets his chance to play more games, because he is a very useful player for the team, very important player for the team.
سألت جيلبرتو، طبعا هو كان واحد من اعظم اللعيبه اللي لعبوا في المركز ده، عن رايه في النني، وهل رايه ان هو رجع لعيب مختلف، لعيب افضل بعد اعارته لتركيا. فقال لي طبعا انا موافقك في الراي ان هو رجع لعيب مختلف، رجع لعيب ناضج بشكل اكبر. بيقول ان هو دايما كان بيتكلم عليه حتى قبل ما يروح الاعاره، وبيتكلم على مدى اهميته للفريق. هو بيعتقد ان هو لعيب مهم جدا في الفريق، يقدر يقوم بدور نمره 6 ونمره 8، ويقدر يقوم بدور مهم جدا بجانب تشاكا، ويقدر يديله حريه كبيره، ويقدر يحمي الدفاع بشكل جيد. بيقول ان اي لعيب بيمشي الاعاره بيتعلم حاجات كتيره جدا، وهو بيتمنى ان النني ياخد فرص بالمشاركه بشكل اكبر وعدد مباريات اكبر، عشان يقدر ان هو يعبر عن نفسه، ويقدر ان هو يثبت نفسه في الفريق. جيلبرتو, you were one of the best at this position, at El Nenny's position. With Brazil, with Arsenal, everywhere you played, you were one of the best. And what would be your advice for Nenny to develop, to take this step, to take the next step, to become somehow a similar player to you? What's your advice to him?
So, thank you very much, Meido. Great compliments. Thank you. So, I believe in this position where I've played many years, and then Nenny plays. It's a position you don't get so much credit. This is one thing you have to understand. You won't have so much credit. You work very hard for the others to shine. But this position is very important for the team, because if you know how to play this position, you make other players feel better in the game, because you give them the support they need. When you have quality players up front, you give them the support for them to score goals, give assistance, because you are there running to get the ball and feed them. And with the guys at the back, you make them also feel very good, because you are there to protect them. Don't let them man one against one most of the time, because you are there, you make the confrontation, you get the ball back, and you are there to fight for them. And I think that the important thing I have done in my game was, to play simple. But the simplicity of my game was very effective. This is what the player in this position had to do. Just make sure you do the job, get the ball and pass. Make sure you are in the right place, right position. You have to have a good understanding of the game. You read the game well from the back. As long as you understand this position, you are like you are the guy who carries the piano. But it's very important to know how to carry the piano. Otherwise, you get lost. You want to shine like the strikers, and you create imbalance in the team.
ده بيقول كلام مهم جدا جيلبرتو. طبعا انا قلت له انت واحد من افضل اللعيبه اللي لعبوا في المركز ده، في مركز النني. ايه في كل مكان تواجدت فيه، ايه نصيحتك للنني؟ قال لي نصيحتي ليه ان هو لازم يفهم ان هو الناس عمرها ما هتديله كريدت. المكان ده بيشتغل لصالح اللعيبه اللي حواليه. هو شغلته ان هو يخلوا اللعيبه اللي حواليه شاين، يعني نخليهم ان هم يتألقوا. اللعيب اللي بيلعب في المركز ده عمر ما الناس هتشيد بيه بشكل كبير، لان هو دي طبيعه اللعيب ده. نصيحته ليه الفنيه ان هو لازم يبقى دايما شغلته ان هو يحمي الدفاع، وان هو ما يخليش حد يروح للدفاع واحد على واحد ابدا، لان هو موجود في الحته دي. وهو بيقول ان هو دي كانت افضل حاجه هو بيعملها، جيلبرتو سيلفا بيعملها، ودي نصيحته للنني. الحاجه الاهم ان هو بيقول ان انت في المركز ده كانك بتلعب بيانو، لكن لو حاولت ان انت تعمل تو ماتش او حاولت ان انت تعمل حاجات كتير وتعمل الحاجات اللي الاسترايكر والناس اللي قدام بتعملها، مش هتعرف تعمل الاساسيات حتى وانت بتعمل بيانو، هيبقى شكلك وحش. فده مهم جدا بالنسبه لك ان انت تفهم ان انت بتخدم الاخرين. كلام مهم جدا من جيلبرتو سيلفا عن النني. You know, last game you've won the derby. Congratulations, of course. And Arteta has made a strong decision by letting Aubameyang, one of his best players, not out of the team, but he didn't play him because of disciplinary reasons. What we've heard that he came too late. He was stuck in traffic on his way to the stadium, and he arrived too late. Do you think Arteta made the right decision by not playing Aubameyang at the derby?
This was very tough, Meido, because imagining you as a manager had to drop your best players, you know, the main guy up front, you know, for a lot of goals like him, and the important player like Aubameyang. I believe it was tough. I don't know how many times he has show up late, you know, for the games, like in this situation. But of course, you know, was very, very tough decision. The point is, when you're in the game, how do you question the attitude of the manager? You know, because they won. If they have lost the game or draw, probably we were speaking about the situation, you know, putting the finger to Arteta. Depends how many times Aubameyang show up later. I do believe it's important to keep the discipline for everyone, just to show, listen, I'm the boss, I make the rules, and I understand your point, but I have my point as well regarding the group. I have to keep the discipline. And but if this is not the case, there is always something, you know, where you have to take into consideration, you know, especially in the derby. The point is, you know, how far he went in this situation to let Arteta make this decision, you know. But of course, it's very difficult to make this because he's the best player of the team, and I'm not so sure if I'll take this unless it was not the first time, the second time you have been advised regarding this, because as a captain, also he has to be an example for everyone.
يعني طبعا بيقول ان ارتيتا خد قرار انا سالته الماتش الاخير ارتيتا في ماتش توتنهام خد قرار، باركت له الاول طبعا على الفوز في الديربي، خد قرار بابعاد اوباميانج، واحد من افضل اللاعبين واللاعب المهم جدا في ارسنال، بسبب ان هو اتاخر عن الميعاد المحدد لاجتماع اللاعبين في الاستاد للمباراه. فسالته هل ده كان قرار صحيح؟ فقال كان قرار صعب جدا، لكن هو شايف ان المفروض القرار يتاخد على حسب عدد المرات اللي اتاخر فيها اوباميانج قبل كده. هل اتاخر كتير قبل كده ولا لا؟ ده سؤال هو ما يعرفوش، لكن مهم جدا ان المدرب ومهم جدا ان ارتيتا يوضح للعيبه بالاكزامبل وبالمثل ان انا الرئيس، انا اللي باخد قرارات مهمه، انا اللي باخد قرارات لصالح الفريق. بيقول له هو المدرب مش هيز نوت شور، هو مش هيبقى متاكد ان هو هياخد قرار زي ده الا لو كان اوباميانج بيتاخر كتير جدا. جيلبرتو, do you find it a little bit strange? I know you played in different countries and I did as well. England maybe is the only country where players attend to football matches, attend to the games at the same day of the match. Do you think maybe it's better to have a night over, to have a night before where all the players be together, even if you're playing home? Do you think this needs to be changed or not?
Well, sometimes I think what make things difficult in some countries is the culture of the clubs, the culture of the country, how the perception are regarding the professionalism of the players. I remember the year Arsenal went the league unbeaten. Most of the games at home, we never went to the hotel the night before the game. As long as you are professional, you are, you understand what you have to do for your team. You are responsible for your attitude outside the field. I don't see any problem with that. The point is, I believe in many cases, the managers like the players to be in the hotels many times. For example, in Brazil, many occasions we went to the hotel 2 nights before the game. When you play the whole season like this, it's too much because the country is too big. You have to travel a lot, and many times you have to travel 2 days before the game and stay there 2 nights before. This is the situation. It always depends who are the manager, the kind of players he has in the squad, the responsibility of these guys, because because of irresponsibility of some of them, don't allow many managers, just to let them stay at home, because to stay with the family. But be sure tomorrow you have a game, an important game. But it's not every country, we are going to see what they are doing in England, what they do. I used to do it. I don't know if you have done it when you were there, but for me, I never seen this situation as a problem, because I always understood what do I have to do in the next day. But it always depends on the culture of the country. And for example, in some cases in Brazil or some other country, if the manager decides to let the players sleep home and play the next day, the president's going to call the manager. Hey, what's going on? What we are doing? Some cases very complicated.
Yeah, here in Egypt it's the same. We always have a night over, like a training camp, a night before the game, and sometimes 2 nights before the game, as you said in Brazil. But also, at Ajax, at the home games, especially the league games, we came straight to the stadium 3 or 4 hours before the game for the meal, before the game. So, as you said, it depends on the culture. It depends how they are used to. And if you go to a football club and if you go to a new country, you can't change everything. If you change everything, the players get this shock. Maybe they have the wrong reaction. And I remember at Tottenham, a very good manager, Juan Ramos, he came over with the different ideas. And by the time I left already Tottenham, I went to Middlesbrough. But I heard from my former teammates that he came in and he tried to change everything. He got the players into the training ground from 8 o'clock in the morning till 5 o'clock every day. He stopped the tomato sauce on the pasta. The English players, they want to have a Wednesday off. He stopped the Wednesday off. He changed everything, and he was sacked after 8 or 9 games because the players couldn't take it. The players couldn't. They didn't have the best reaction. So you're absolutely right. يعني انا طبعا قلت له ان هل شايف ان الافضل بالنسبه للفرق في انجلترا ان هم في المباريات اللي بيلعبوها هوم على ملعبهم ان هم يباتوا في معسكر قبل المباراه بيوم لان في انجلترا اللعيبه بتروح قبل الماتش على طول ب3 أو 4 ساعات ياكلوا وبعد كده يخشوا الماتش. فسالته هل ده ممكن يكون حل؟ فقال لي ما تقدرش ان انت تروح مكان تاني مكان وتغير كل حاجه لان اللعيبه متعوده على حاجات معينه ما تقدرش تغيرها. لكن مثلا في البرازيل ساعات بيعملوا معسكر قبليها بيومين على حسب الاحترافيه بتاعت اللعيبه لازم تبقى عارفه ان هي عليها مسؤوليات، والمدرب لو حس ان اللعيبه مش حاسه بكده اكيد ممكن ساعتها ان هو يكون يطلب المعسكر. Finally, Gilberto, I'll have to ask you about Salah and his situation at Liverpool. And we all seen in the last 3 or 4 games, he always gets subbed, and he doesn't look happy. He doesn't look happy. Every time he gets subbed, he has a bit of reaction. And everyone now is wondering, is Salah going to stay at Liverpool or is he going to go somewhere else? What do you think of Salah's situation at Liverpool? Do you think he should stay? Do you think he should move on and go somewhere else? What do you think?
Well, it's very common, you know, the big player like him never likes to be subbed in an important game, in every game. They want to play the whole game, you know, even though they are not play well. But this type of game, like Salah, as we have seen many others in football, now they are important for the system of the team. They are leaders. They help the others. They take attention of the opponents, and when they are off, you know, they always believe that they would have a better chance in the game to score a goal or to give an assist. Obviously, you know, as he does not seem happy. It's just about to have to be patient, because Liverpool in the past, I don't know, 6, 7, 8 games, they have dropped a lot, down to many problems they are facing with their defenders, not defenders in the team, and most of them injury. The manager have to adapt a lot, you know, put players in different positions to keep the balance. And it's important now on, you know, he stay patient and be ready to help the team in the moments they need it, they need him. I think this is where you show that you are there to contribute to the club. Because when they last year, for example, he did a fantastic job, but he cannot play alone. He depends on the others. He depends on the other players, on the manager to back him. I think now is his turn to give back to them. You know, in spite of the fact, you know, the manager changed him in few games, but just be patient. You know. Put in the other side, or the side of the manager, you know. The managers try also, maybe in some circumstance, just to keep his fitness. Because imagine if you lose Salah because of injury, it's not going to be good. Yeah. It's a moment for him, just, you know, in case he is not feeling happy because of that, just to calm down and do whatever he needs to do to help Liverpool. As long as he helps Liverpool and the other players will help him, and everyone will help each other to get to a better position.
But do you think he should go or he should stay at Liverpool? Because, you know, Salah had a big interview like a couple of months ago, last month, with the AS, you know, the big Spanish newspaper, and he opened the door for a move. When